We'll see. All right. The final update of this episode for my daddy Brad listeners out there. So last episode, we slandered Skyy Clark. Let's just call it what it is. Now, I do want to defend myself and us a little bit here. We are a comedic show. Anyone that watches us knows that. Our style is we very seriously analyze basketball and we talk about it, but we're fans and we enjoy the fun side of personalities and we make fun of people. That's how it is. I don't think we do anything maliciously. I don't think we say anything on here with the intent to, slander anybody too hard unless they really do something horrible.
Except in regards to Matt Christie, everything I say about him, I mean that from the bottom of my heart.
Again, this is a great example. Like, come on, that's very funny, right? Carter means that, but very funny. The point is, we may have stepped over the line a little bit with Skyy, and I don't feel great about that, but had we just put that episode out and people watched it like normal, wouldn't have thought twice about it at all, to be honest with you. Would have just been like, that was a funny segment, whatever. Hopefully some people like it. I stand by where I was at mentally in that episode, where I'm just like, it feels like he's kind of doing a lot. Because there were a lot of different vibes being thrown around there. We called it a vibe check, and it was very much just like what's going on with these vibes. Now, here's the development card. You ready for this? Skyy Clark slid in the DMs of me. Skyy Clark and I had a little conversation, Cart, and I want to make a couple things very clear. Look the camera right in the eyes. I mean this from the bottom of my heart. Skyy Clark is my favorite player in the country after this development. And if you want to call that me being bought or me being wooed over, fine, that's fine. My respect for a player could not be higher, though. I mean, so he essentially slid in my DMs and typed a very long message out that was just like, hey, I don't normally respond to this stuff. It's criticism. Like, that's part of it. I know it, but I actually really like your guys' stuff. Like, I've seen you guys' videos pop up in my timeline before. I've watched them. I am a listener of your stuff, and I want to set the record straight. And he went point by point through the 5 jokes that we made about him from that picture of him with Tobey Maguire, and just gave me the context on why those things are. And it was like, hey, like, my family has had a relationship with Tobey since I was little. Like, I get pedicures because my feet are beat up from hooping so much. Like, this was a pedicure I had a while ago and the paint wore off. Like, we were clowning him for having his toenails painted. And onward, like, even the stuff that I've said I love about his swag, like the baggy t-shirts and stuff. He's like, that's just my swag. That's who I am. So first of all, credit to Skyy, incredibly mature kid. And he, like, for I don't know how old he is, 18, 19-year-old kid entering college for the first time. Like, I just respect the hell out of you for like approaching it that way with someone. He could have just let it go and we would never have heard from him. That would have been fine. He could have gone on Twitter and been like, fuck these dudes. And that would have been fine. That would have been within his right to do. But I thought he approached that like an absolute rock star. So earned my respect there. And then 2, like, back on the flip side of the vibes conversation, which was the whole point. Like, I've been a fan of Skyy Clark because I love his vibes. His vibes are genuine. Like, what we said last episode of like, this might be manufactured swag. It's not. His vibes are 100% genuine. That picture just threw me off the scent for a moment. I'm sorry that it did that. Never should have. He's still one of the swaggiest players in the country. So all in on Skyy Clark.
Oh, I'm all aboard too, especially because I'm always for the camp of never, ever, and I always stand by this, never, ever let white people talk shit about you. All right. That's a stance I want to take. So always stick up for yourself. But no, I'm just bullshitting, Greg. But in all seriousness, though, I agree with the point about the maturity about it. He could have easily taken that the complete wrong way. I'm looking back to 18, 19-year-old Carter Elliott. If that somehow got said about me, God forbid, I'm letting you have it. Like, I'm letting you have it on Twitter, like to the point where the coaching staff will get on Twitter, like, Carter, we're seeing your tweets. You need to kind of scale it back a little bit. Like, I would have let you have it big time. Both of us, big time jokes, all that would have hurt feelings and family members. So, like I said, very mature of him to do such.
Albion coaching staff wouldn't have liked it if Chia Pet Race Thompson was hitting the Twitter stream.
Hey, there was actually, this is a funny story, and we can wrap it up because I know we got to get out of here. But there was on the first week of practice. So this is after summer workouts, after fall workouts, after all that. Our coach brings up a bunch of tweets on the projector board, and there's about 30 tweets up there, and I bullshit you not, 25 of them were mine. And they didn't have the username on them, but I'm reading the tweets and I'm like, oh my God, like those are my tweets. And my Lord, were they out of pocket. And for some reason, I thought I was like, and a lot of it had to do with basketball too. Like I came home, I was like, like I was like, I'm playing at Albion. Like my coach ain't gonna check my Twitter. I was like, man, coach on my ass today really had me running gassers because Tommy couldn't make a layup. Like I get it, but damn, I'm tired. LOL, hit me up, like something like that. Or like you think I'm sitting front row in a history class, like you got other things in order. There's 16 people in this class. I'm not sitting in the front row. I haven't sat in the front row since 2009. And all those tweets just got pulled up.
From everything I know about you, because I met you in this era, and I've seen
era.
Albion Twitter was an era. I met you in this era, and I've seen old tweets from Carter Elliott. I just think you got Twitter 5 years before anyone our age should have gotten Twitter. That was
100%, 1,000%.
Yeah. If you find your Twitter 5 years later, there are zero issues, but
right.
Kind of
I used to get thrown in Twitter jail. Those are for the OG Twitter users. Like that's special. I went to Twitter jail 4 times a week. That says everything you need to know.
You're different, right? We've said it all along. You're different. All right. And Skyy, I think we ended on a pretty good note with Skyy. You know, we're going to try to hit Champaign once at least this year. And we'd love to see our Illinois faithful out there. But, you know, Coleman Hawkins, want to get you back on here. He's been in the comments saying part 2. Open invite, Coleman. You got our numbers. Slide in. Let us know you want to come on. But we should meet up with Skyy if we go to Champaign. Is the point. I want to meet this dude in person and tell him how much I respect him after the way he handled that.
Agreed. Get him a Daddy Brad t-shirt.
And Daddy Brad t-shirts are available for anybody who wants them. Coming soon. Final question to end the episode, Cart. It's 2024. No, 2023. Who is the best point guard? Skyy Clark, Doug McDaniel, Jeremy Fierce.
Jeremy Fierce.
The answer is Skyy Clark, but Doug's close behind. Fierce.
In 2020, I don't think Sky is going to be in college in 2024.
Oh, one and done? I'm talking year 2 Skyy versus year 1 of the other two.
Wait, 2024 isn't that
2023?
Oh, okay. Ooh. You know what? Actually, I'll say Skyy because I don't think that Jeremy. I think Jeremy's going to be I think he's going to be in the conversation with best point guards in Michigan State history by the time he leaves.
No, I agree. I mean, when he transfers to Ann Arbor for his junior year, he's going to have a chance to be Mount Rushmore. Him and Akins together after they don't get playing time.
Okay.
I'm just saying. I mean,
well, look, God knows you'll have open scholarships.
God knows you got to get AJ Hoggard and Tyson Walker their minutes.
You know what? That's just the basketball guys. Thank you, Lord and Savior of all basketball, Jesus Christ. Because you talk all that stuff about having open scholarships, you're gonna have plenty because you had 0 recruits in 2023.
They returned 12
Imagine
guys.
having 0. You ever been on 24/7 Sports? You ever been on 24/7 Sports and you click on a class for recruiting? Imagine clicking on 2023 Michigan recruiting page and you get like one of those HTTP 405 errors because there are none.
They return 12 guys.
The web address won't exist.
It does. They return 12 guys without
Michigan
adding
insiders. Anyone. Michigan insiders are going to have the easiest 2023. They don't got to put a crystal ball in. There's no one to put one in on.
Okay, can we make a bet? I know we make a lot of bets, but this one is a real one that I'm going to put in my lifelong bets notepad. Can we make a bet? Michigan will have more players on scholarship in 2023 than Michigan State will. I will bet anything that happens.
What happens if they have the same amount?
It's a wash.
I'll take that bet.
Okay. Your Michigan State will lose players to transfer and will not replace them and go into a season with like 10 or 11. And Michigan will go into a season with 12 returnees plus 1 portal guy. Guaranteed.
Right. Yep. I'll take that bet.
Okay. $5,000?
No.
All right. We'll settle up offline.